now. All right. All right. You welcome to this interview. This is one of our program where I have to interview my colleague and my partner, Nolan. So I'll be asking him some questions, and of course, he'll be responding appropriately to me. So my first question to you, Nolan, is this: name a difficult challenge you faced while working on a project, how you overcame it, and what you learned.
Okay. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. My name is Inolen, and yeah, about the answer. So I have faced some difficult challenges related to partner collaboration during the peer programming. Integrating systems from different partners can be challenging due to difference in technology, data formats, and development practices. This can result in bugs, errors, and compatibility issues. Despite these challenges, I have been able to overcome them by prioritizing effective communication and collaboration with partners. I have been able to overcome them by uh, prioritizing effective communication and collaboration with partners. Regular meetings, updates, and status reports help to address communication breakdowns and ensure that all parties are aligned on project goals and timelines. The key to successful partner collaboration is open communication, collaboration, and transparency throughout the project development. So that's it.
All right, beautiful. So my second question to you is this: tell me about a time you were asked to do something you had never done before. How did you react and what did you learn?
Okay, about that. Yeah. As I joined Microverse program, I got to know that it involves a technology stack that I had never worked with before. Specifically, I was paired with colleagues for pair programming, where some of my colleagues were more experienced in the technologies. At first, I was a bit nervous and intimidated by the prospect of working with a new technology. However, I recognized the opportunity to learn something new and develop my skills, so I embraced the tech challenges. During the pair programming session, I made sure that to ask a lot of questions and actively participate in the coding process. My colleagues was patient and supportive, and we worked together to overcome any obstacles that we encountered. Through this experience, I learned the importance of being open-minded and willing to take on new challenges. And I also learned that asking questions and seeking guidance from more experienced colleagues can be incredibly valuable in the learning process. Lastly, I realized that pair programming is a great way to share knowledge and expertise between team members, and that it can be a highly effective way to tackle complex projects. Overall, this experience helped me to develop a growth mindset and willingness to step outside of my comfort zone. It also saw me to the importance of collaboration and teamwork in achieving success. Yeah, that's it.
All right, beautiful one. So I'll move to the third question now. It says, what is the most challenging aspect of your current project?
Okay, but the most challenging aspect of my current project is using class composition and managing its complexity. As systems grow in complexity, in size and complexity, it can become increasingly difficult to keep track of all the various classes and how they interact with one another. Additionally, because class composition can involve creating hierarchies of nested classes, it can be difficult to ensure that each class is responsible for only one aspect of the system and that there is no unnecessary overlap or redundancy. Another challenge with class composition is ensuring that the resulting code is maintainable and easy to modify over time. When using class composition, it is important to keep in mind the principles of encapsulation and separation of concerns. By organizing code into small focused classes that each have a specific role in the system, it can be made easier to modify and update the code as needed without introducing unintended side effects. To overcome these challenges, it is important to take a careful methodical approach to designing and implementing class composition. This may involve creating clear documentation and diagrams to help visualize the structure of the system as well as regularly reviewing and refactoring code to ensure that it remains organized and maintainable over time. Additionally, Seeking out feedback and guidance from other developers and experts in the field can be invaluable in navigating the complexities of class composition and ensuring that code is both functional and maintainable. Yeah, thank you.
All right, beautiful. So to my next question, tell me about the time you failed at a task.
Okay, at the start of the microverse program, I was assigned to complete a project that involved building a custom web application. As I began working on the project, I realized that the requirements were more complex than I had initially anticipated, and encountered several unforeseen technical challenges that took longer to resolve them than I had expected. Despite working long hours and trying my best to complete the project on time, I ultimately failed to meet the deadline. I remember feeling disappointed in myself. However, I did also recognize that this failure presented an opportunity for growth and learning. I then dig deeper on the technologies used, asked questions to the more experienced colleagues, and developed a plan for how I could complete the project as quickly and effectively as possible, given the new timeline. Through this experience, I learned several important lessons about time management, project estimation, and effective communication. I realized that it is important to be realistic about the time and resources required to complete a project. I also learned the importance of seeking guidance and support from colleagues and others when facing complex technical problems or tight deadlines. In the end, I was able to complete the project, albeit with some delay. While the experience was challenging and humbling, I ultimately emerged from it with a greater appreciation for the value of careful planning, effective communication, and a willingness to learn the failure. Yeah, that's thank you. Thank you.
All right, nice one. So to my fifth question, what was the most difficult what was the most difficult bug you have fixed in the last 6 months?
Okay. The one notable mistake was when I accidentally introduced a bug into the code base that caused a critical linter's failure. The mistake occurred only when the code is pushed to the repository. While testing the linters, I missed a critical edge case that led to the bug. As a result, extra characters were appended to the code that is pushed to the remote repository. While the mistake was unfortunate, it ultimately taught me several valuable lessons about the importance of thorough testing, regular code reviews, and effective communication in software development. By implementing these measures, I was able to prevent similar mistakes from occurring in the future. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, all right. To my sixth question, tell me about the time in which you had a conflict and needed to influence somebody else.
Okay, so yeah, I encountered a conflict with a colleague over the best approach to solving a coding problem. The conflict occurred when my colleague suggested a different approach to solving the problem than the one I had proposed. We had different opinions on the best way to solve the problem, and we were both passionate about our approaches. Through our discussions, we were able to identify a hybrid approach that combined the best elements of both approaches. We were both satisfied with the solution and felt that it was the best approach to solving the problem. Additionally, the conflict helped us better understand each other's thought processes and coding practices. And we were able to work more effectively together on future projects. Ultimately, the conflicts resulted in a positive outcome that improved our productivity and our working relationship. Yeah, thank you.
All right, beautiful. So to my seventh question, what are some of the things that are the most important to you in a job?
Okay, when considering about a job opportunity, there are several things that are most important to me. First and foremost, I value a job that aligns with my personal values and allows me to make a positive impact. I want to work for a company that has a strong ethical and social responsibility commitment and is actively working to improve the lives of its employees and the community. Another key factor for me is the opportunity for growth and development. I want to work in an environment where I can continue to learn and develop my skills and expertise. This includes opportunities for training and mentorship, as well as a clear career path and the chance to take on new challenges and responsibilities. Additionally, work life balance is crucial for me. I want a job that allows me to maintain a healthy balance between my work and personal life. This includes flexible work arrangement as well as reasonable work hours and time of policies. In summary, the most important things to me in a job are alignment with my personal values, opportunities for growth and development, and a healthy work-life balance. I believe that finding a job that meets this criteria will not only allow me to thrive in my career, but also contribute to my overall well-being and happiness. Thank you.
All right. So to my last question, tell me about the time you had to change a coworker's or a manager's mind.
Okay. Yeah. In my previous project, I was paired with a colleague. My colleague had a strong opinion on the direction that the project should take. However, I had done some research and analysis that showed that his approach might not be the best one. I scheduled a meeting with my colleague to discuss my findings and present my ideas. I started by acknowledging his expertise and experience, and then explained why I thought a different approach would be more effective. I also provided data and examples to support my argument. Initially, my colleague was resistant to discuss my findings and present my he defended his approach. However, I remained calm and respectful throughout the conversation and continued to provide evidence to support my position. After a while, my colleagues started to see my point of view, and we were able to work together to develop a more effective plan for the project. Overall, this experience taught me the importance of being prepared and having a clear understanding of the data and of facts that support my ideas. It also showed me that being respectful and persistent can help you to change someone's mind, even when they initially disagree with you. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
All right. So that will be all for now. And it's been a wonderful time interviewing you. So good
Okay,
luck.
thank you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.